The town of Lincoln is a primary rural municipality located on the shores of Lake Ontario between the city of St. Catharines and the town of Grimsby. Measuring 162 square kilometers in size, Lincoln is bisected in an east-west direction by the environmentally significant Niagara Escarpment, which is also designated as a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve. Between the escarpment and Lake Ontario, Lincoln is home to a number of small communities such as Jordan, Vineland, and Beamsville, along with an abundance of farmland that is used primarily for grape and tender fruit growing. Over the past few decades, the excellent grape growing conditions found in Lincoln have stimulated the creation of many wineries. This, in turn, has prompted the growth of a vibrant tourism economy, especially in the form of wine and culinary tourism. Lincoln's attractive landscape, its location near the southern end of Ontario's Greater Golden Horseshoe region, and its easy accessibility to places like Hamilton, Burlington, and Toronto via the Queen Elizabeth Highway have also made it an increasingly popular place to live. In fact, between 2001 and 2016, Lincoln's population rose from 20,612 to 23,787, an increase in about 15%. A sizable amount when considering that many other rural communities across Canada are losing population rather than gaining any new residents. The economic and population growth that Lincoln has witnessed since the turn of the 21st century is seen by many to be a very positive indicator of the town's long-term sustainability as a place to live, work, and play. At the same time, however, several challenges have emerged along with this growth. Challenges that provide an excellent example of the need for a well-thought-out planning and environmental management policies. For example, the construction of new housing in Lincoln must be balanced with a desire to preserve the town's supply of fertile soils and other agricultural lands. Then there is the issue of making sure that any potential conflicts associated with building new homes near working farms, such as residents' worries about the noise of farm machinery or the smell of manure, are mitigated. Beyond agricultural issues, residential development can also create other challenges that planners and other public officials must address. In Lincoln, for example, planners have had to take into account residents' concerns about maintaining public access to the Lake Ontario waterfront where new residential developments have been proposed, such as the proposed Prudhom's Landing development. Infill development, where housing and other new buildings are constructed within existing built-up areas, has also been a planning issue in Lincoln. For example, vocal protests followed the closure of the former Beamsville Fairgrounds when a new mixed-use development was proposed for the site. Much of the concern here was that this new development would result in the loss of a highly valued and long-standing public space in the center of Beamsville. Finally, another planning issue that has emerged in Lincoln is traffic. The QEW is one of Ontario's busiest highways and spans 6 lanes across throughout much of the town. While Lincoln's population growth and strong tourism economy has resulted in more traffic on local roads and the QEW is also a major conduit for commercial truck traffic traveling between the United States and Canada. For tourists traveling to places like Toronto and Niagara Falls, and commuters traveling between the Niagara region and the Greater Toronto area. The QEW has already been widened on numerous occasions since it was first built in the 1930s, but continually growing traffic volumes have prompted the provincial government to consider widening it even further. With the QEW traveling directly through Lincoln's prime agricultural lands, a further widening of the highway could have major environmental and economic implications for the local agricultural industry.